Hello and welcome back to the another video of UiPath Practice RPA project. In this UiPath RPA project, we have seen that how can we use UiPath modern activities. We have already completed three different workflows for dispatcher, and we have also completed three UiPath automation workflow for performer. We have seen how can we modify UiPath selectors and how can we make use of them. How can we apply variables inside selectors. How can we use UiPath Gen AI activities? So these UiPath Gen AI activities are not some third-party chat GPT or Copilot. It's owned by UiPath itself. How to use assets in UiPath and get the required data from config file. How to set up UiPath RE framework for UiPath reports. So all of these details we have seen. Now in this video, we'll see how can we create jobs and how can we create scheduler. How can we schedule those jobs and how can we trigger those jobs in unattended mode, right? And after this, in the next video, we have we will see like how to update the workflows and then how to change versions also. So that is not yet covered. All right. So I have just added one line in the end just now that how can we update existing code. Here I am on my orchestrator. First step is that we have to publish any job. We have to publish our code from studio and then that code will come here, then we can run that. Before I do that, what I wanted to do is that I wanted to check if my unattended setup is ready or not, right? What I have in this work folder, I already have a published. You will see that how to publish it. So I already have one published process. So the moment you publish the code from RE framework, it will come like this. When you run this process, it will create a job. Okay, and inside job you will have a status, right? So this is automatically triggering and we have tested, right? The first step that we have to do is that we have to do a automation setup. So I will go under tenant. So first thing that you go in robot folder and you should have an unattended robot available, right? So if you are already developing your workflow from a community version, then you will have one user already available. What you have to do is that you have to check like what are the access of this user and which folder it is available. So it should be available in the same folder in which folder you are publishing your code. So if you will just click on this, you will see all three folders which are coming, right? We are targeting this folder right now. So your user should be under your user should be available for this folder. So if you click here, let's go inside this, check this user robot type. So it is a robot account that we have created. Click here inside the folder, it rolls in this folder administrator, so it can do anything, right? You can add a new role also from here if you want. Right, now let me show you how will you set up it from start. Click on this plus sign, click on unattended setup. Unattended setup, you have to click on self-hosted bot, machine template selected. Next. Okay, right now there is no machine which is showing under this. Create a new machine template. The new machine template, you give machine name. Hi. test. This is the license count. So I will show you that where you can see licenses. So you, how many licenses you want to use for this machine. So if you will make it 0, there will not be any license available. When you will make it 1, one license will be allocated to this machine, right? Then you click next. Now machine is created. When you will, now second is the robot account creation. Click this. Next. There is no robot account, so you can click new robot account. My test robot. Okay. It is asking the domain name. So if, let's say, whichever machine you are using, if you are doing this entire setup on the single machine where you have done the development using community version, then also you have to follow the same step. If there is some other machine, then also you have to follow same step. I will paste a link of one video where I have explained in detail how to do setup for UiPath unattended and attended robot. Right now I need CMD, and in CMD I just type I. This name you will get, that is your domain name plus username. Copy this, paste it here. You have to give the credentials of your machine. Windows credential, right? For me, it is going to say that already exist, right? Because which language it is showing, because I already have this domain name. So you just do that. So once you will complete that, you will find this name here. You just have to select. Then you will do next. Then next step is that you have to select the folder. So it will show you two folders here. So same folders which are available in your, wherever your studio is connect, you can just select that folder and you can change that later. I will tell you how will you change. And then install and connection. So let's say if you are using same machine, you don't have to do any connection. But if you are using a different machine, you have to use your machine details to connect that. Where you will find machine details is the next question, and where you can change this folder selection is the next question. For the detailed information, I will paste another video in description so that you can see how can you complete this process, right? I will come here in the tenant. In any machine, go to machine, my test machine, and you will come, just edit this. When you will go on the bottom, you find machine key and client secret. When you will click add new, you will get a new secret. You can just copy this and use this. You have to provision the machine using UiPath Assistant. How will you do it? You have to go to UiPath Assistant and you will come in this page. Go to Preferences, Preferences Orchestrator Setting. There you have to create new connection, right? That also you will be able to see in the different video that you will find in description. This is one. Now, how will you change the folder for some user? To tenant, local user. This is your bot user, unattended robot type. Then you can just come here, folder access you will find. You can change the access to any folder, right? So right now it is in this folder, Hitesh folder. So that is our target folder. correct? So your user also should be in the target folder. But all the users, if we want to see, you have to come in tenant and you have to manage access from, you have to check your robots in here, right? So let's consider that our setup is done. We have one machine, and right now I have changed the license. So what you can do is edit machine, you have to assign a license to it and update. For testing purpose, we already have a process published. I have just created a simple workflow. Okay, that workflow should be available here. So inside this folder that we are targeting, go to automations, go to process. I have created a test bot, just one workflow I will show you. Here you can see I have just simply created one workflow, one counter variable. I have taken while activity. I am going up to 20 iterations in while, and I am just putting some delay so that it is changing the value, and I am using one log message just to print the value, and then I am using one append line. Append line is activity in UiPath. You can just select any text file, it will append the line here. What I am doing for testing, I am updating time just to see that in the unattended mode if it is working fine or not. From where you can publish it, from here you can publish it, but when you publish, before that you have to see that your folder so should be the same folder where you are doing entire automation. So we have three orchestrator folders here, you can see from bottom. Okay, I am doing everything into this, right? So it is already published, but if you want, you can just click on publish here and it will be published again. In some time we will see how can you publish your real-time projects. So from here it is done, right? So I will go here, I will use this. If you want, you can create a trigger, but trigger right now I am not creating. I am directly running this process. So when you directly run the process, you have to click here, start a job. It will ask like which account you want to use. Select. When you will create your account, if you are using another machine, that also will reflect here. Machine, you can just select any machine. I am using my machine, and you can just click start. So what this process should do, you see right now, I will delete all the values, time values from Control S. Right now there is no data in the file. Okay. Fresh size is 1 KB. Now let's run our bot. This is a big unattended setup, so you will not be able to see anything. Bot has started running. So you can see the job status here. Host name will display. If you want to see the logs, click on logs 211. Here you can see logs. It is printing one by one. You can refresh from here. Execution ended. Now let's go and see our notepad file. You can see the timing is printed after every second, which means that our setup is working. Done, right? So what is next? We have to go to our studio. First, we will publish dispatcher. We have already tested the dispatcher. So from where you have to publish it from RE framework main file, not from the project main file. In UiPath, when you use RE framework, it is a machine template, and I have explained in detail that how UiPath RE framework works in last video. If you are following this UiPath practice project, I am sure that you will be able to connect what I am saying. So once you are in RE framework, the first thing that you have to do is you have to analyze your workflow. Analyze the workflow. In UiPath, Workflow Analyzer is a tool that will scan your entire code and it will let you know that which changes you should make. If you will click on analyze file, so you can open single workflow and then you can click directly here without selecting this drop down. So it will work only for that file and you will be able to see the issue in that particular file. So what you can do is you can open different files and then you can go here and you can analyze one file. So if you will not select any drop down, click directly here, analyze file, then it will just validate that particular file and show you the errors. You can go to each error and rectify that. But if you will come on RE framework or any project or any file in the project and you click analyze the project, it will show you the issues in entire project, right? Just click on analyze the flow. You can see here that there are few warnings, okay, that these patterns are not followed or something. Warnings, if you want, you can ignore or you can have a look at it at least. So this right line activity, as I will just click on errors, argument naming convention. I will go to error list. Just click it, it should not be highlighted. Double click, only 9 errors we have. Right, mostly it is related to right line activities and remove unused variables. I will just click on remove unused variables. This is how you can remove unused variables from UiPath. Analyze the workflow again. So I will just go one by one and I will clear all the files, right? And then I will come back. I have removed all the errors. Okay, now let's try to analyze the project once again. So we have 29 warnings. We just have to ignore the warnings now and we have 0 errors, right? You just have to unselect this, double click, warning sign, have to click error sign. No error right now. The scope also you can change from here. For each scope you can work from. You can select the file, it will show only for that file. If you want to change the setting that you know you don't want to see any error because of this workflow analyzer, you can just click on workflow analyzer setting. You can set the UiPath workflow analyzer as per your choice. So wherever it is error, if you want, no, I don't want to see the error, you can just change that to warning, right? Error is there, unreachable activities. So if you want to avoid right line uses error while you are publishing or while you are analyzing your UiPath project, you can just come to the UiPath analyzer setting. Okay, and then you can just set this stage to warning. It depends upon you, like how can you use UiPath analyzer. So you can change the settings from here, right, for everything. Now I think we are good to publish this workflow. I have to make a small change. So what we did, like we were using this workspace before. So if you see, there are 3 different workspaces, and I hope you know like from where these workspaces are coming. This is one workspace. You can see my workspace where account is different. Okay, and Hitesh, which we are using for development and publishing. We have our queue also created under Hitesh. So what I have to do, I have to change this folder here. I have to select this folder. Our queue name will remain same. So now what I will do is everything is done. I will just go ahead and I will publish this. And when you are publishing, just try to check the entry point plus the entire project will be published, right? Click on publish. So I have already published it once for test. It is giving new version as 1.03. Okay. If you want, you can change the package name. So let's say if you have done some change in this release, you can highlight that release. If you want to upload some image, you can change the icon from here. Right. So this is how you can add the image to the package when you are publishing from UiPath Studio. Let's publish this now. Be published. Okay. Now, if you will go in Orchestrator, what you have to do is under this, go to automations, and in process, what you can do is in process when you will click add process. So you have to select the package first of all, right? When you will click here, you will find all the packages. So just now we have seen we have to select dispatcher. So select anyone. Click here and check all the versions. Whichever you want to select, you can select. Right. So I will select the latest one because I have done changes. Entry point you can select here. Our entry point is main.xml. Right. Just click next. Next again. It is not asking anything. You can just give a name. Dispatch underscore one. Give some description or whatever you want, otherwise not required. You want to record the job, you can record the job from here if required. So it is only the required or optional functionality right now. So just click on create. If you want, you can start directly from here, or if you want, you can create a trigger also. Trigger I am going to cover in next video when we will end in the next. And click in processes. You see this process is already here. If you want to run this process directly from here, just click on start job. It will ask you like which account or which user account you want to use. So I want to use this user account. Which machine you want to use, this machine, and it will give the host name also for machine. Click on start, and let me just so nothing is open right now. So you can see the moment it will automatically come in jobs. If it is not coming, you can manually, and you can see the job is running and the execution also started. So bot is going to Maruti brand right now. It should go to 5 different brands as per the functionality we have given. 4 different brands, and inside 4 different brands, multiple car details will extract and it will add to the queue. So for one brand, it is completed. It will go to the next brand, that is Tata. Meanwhile, if you just want to check logs, what you can do is come on this job, click here, view jobs, logs for this job, and you can keep refreshing here. So I have used this as a log message. That is why you see every time it will come. And that is how you can verify that yes, your bot is working fine. It is going to next brand now. So it is executing from jobs. Everything is done. We have published the package. From package, these all tasks are being performed. Right. So as expected, it is running. So once this UiPath dispatcher will add data in UiPath queue, UiPath Orchestrator queue. Right. So you can see this, all the job is completed and all the data is here also for reference. And bot has completed the execution successfully. Now next is that we have to do same thing. We have to publish performer now. So I'll just go in performer flow, performer, and main RE framework. So you might have to do some work on the folder structure. You might have to copy flow up or down. So that I hope you will be able to manage. If you see, we have workflows into different folders here, right? In the package, we might have to set the entry point. What I will do is, I will just first run the workflow analyzer. There are few warnings. I want to avoid the warnings. If you want, you can just click one by one and resolve these. Go and publish this now. Package is going, I have just for testing, I have already published. So package, our new package version is 1.02, right? I will just take next 1.02 RE framework performer. So this is the package name, right? Click OK. To orchestrator, go to automations, create a new process, right? Select a package. So you will see performer. Performer 1.02 is the latest one that we have. Click. So it will ask you the entry point. You can select RE framework because we wanted to start from there. You don't have to provide. There are two arguments where we have not passed any values, so it is showing for that reason. And you remember in the process, RE framework process, if you remember our 2-3 videos, we have not used anything, but there were two arguments for which we have not passed values, right? So no need to give any values because we are not using that. Just click next. And then you don't have to do anything here. It will show the user by default and just give a name. Just create. You can give more details here if you want. I will go to process. So you can see performer 2. What I will do is, first of all, let me check if the data is added in the queue by dispatcher run or not. So right now 0. I will refresh it. It might take some time. So far it has not come. So we have the data now. Now what we can do is, as we have the data and we have a process also ready, performer. This is performer. I will just run this performer and see that yes, this package is working fine or not. Now these are the ready bots. So basically jobs are running. You can use these packages and you can create jobs. So these jobs will start automatically running. You don't have to do anything. So you see the job is started. And if you remember that in this data entry page, we were using only two fields, car title and engine power. For two fields, car mileage and price range, we still have to do the development. So I will do the development in upcoming video, and then I will show you like how will you upgrade the package, update the package. So if you see as per our functionality, on bottom we have these PPTs created. The bot is creating PPT, and then after these PPTs will be attached in the email, and email will be sent. So that was the functionality. So it will now process all the. So this UiPath performer will process all the cases. And if you want, you can check the log in UiPath Orchestrator. So just jobs, and if you refresh here, the status will be running because job is running right now. And you can just view log of job. Click on this. You can check, right? So you can keep refreshing here. It will keep updating. So whatever log message you will update or add in your flow, that will be showing the logs here, right? Let's go to the workflow right now. It is updating. So I will just stop it because we have already seen everything is happening, right? So our performer and dispatcher both are working fine right now. So you cannot stop it from here because you are not running from here. You are basically running from orchestrator. If you want to stop the job, go to jobs. You will have an option here, kill or stop. So the difference between stop and kill is like stop, it will complete the transaction because stop command will be sent to RE framework and it will be checked in get transaction data. Let me just show you what I'm trying to say. So you have get transaction data, right? In this, you have a condition here, check stop signal. So when you send the stop signal from here, from orchestrator, the existing transaction will be completed. When get transaction data will start fetching the next transaction, that time this stop command will work. What kill will do? Kill will immediately stop the process then and there. I will just stop it. So it should be stopped after this. Right? We have already verified that our functionality is working perfectly fine. Emails are being sent and vouchers are getting created. Now we have completed this. Next step is that we have to create our triggers. So before I create triggers, I wanted to complete the development for the remaining part of data entry, right? So for this and this field. So let's continue in the next video and we will complete the development after updating the package. Then triggers will be created using processes and process use what? Packages. All right. Packages. All right. So let's connect in the next video.